You rise early that morning, though Bertrude is already awake. She scowls at you. Good morning, reader. Bertrude, I trust your stay has not been too uncomfortable. Nay, Sandalwood, the comforts of this place are not for us. Fly us forth from here to lower ground. Let us get on with all of this. The reader here shall do so once the group is ready. I thank you for your patience. Let's go. Alright, we got Falcon Ron may be passing through here with a special offer. Panifa believes this is the faster route. You should have time to pursue your vocation. Vocations are more important to me because they're free experience. Sandalwood. Walfred is poring over a copy of the Book of Rights as you approach. He looks up at you and smiles. The Road to Freedom, written in a book that hardly anyone believes exists, and fewer still can read and comprehend. Sometimes I marvel how absurd all of this is, my boy. Tell me something, though. I've spent so much time considering the book, but known so few with whom I could discuss it in much detail. You've had some time to turn it through by now, so what do you think? Worth all the fuss? Yeah, fascinating. You tell Volfred the book has fascinated you and that you have never seen anything quite like it. He nods slowly as you describe your experience with it. I share the sentiment. To have it in our possession is To have in our possession a genuine artifact from a forgotten time. How much of it is exactly true and how much of it is described retelling of events? I find it endlessly fascinating to consider, I must admit. He puts away his copy of the book with care. It is amazing that these volumes have survived for all this time, I think. Whatever they have made of has withstood the ravaging effects of time quite well. And the ideas there contained, they remain rather provocative as well. To think that the Commonwealth disavows of the existence of this book, despite official recognition of the 8 scribes. Although the reasons why are in there, written plain. How fascinating that its secrets have been kept for all this time. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me for my extracurricular interest in its teachings. I used to teach a version of its history. To have access to the real thing has brought me some small pleasure. Let us be certain to preserve these volumes for whomever shall be next to use them. He turns his attention to other matters and bids you a good afternoon. Apparently I've forgotten to read a page. Essential structure. The essential structure of a rite shall be as follows. Where chosen by the stars within the dark of night shall 2 triumvirates stand in opposition far enough afield, beside their consecrated pyres symbolizing their resolve. In each triumvirate, the 3 shall act as one to demonstrate their trust in one another, not just in themselves. Triumvirates shall endeavor to extinguish the pyre of their adversary, whose flames are only to be staunched through a celestial orb descended from the stars. Whosever pyre remains burning shall prevail. The triumvirates are to disperse. Well, what fascinating revelations that was. Apparently there's still another page. Searching the stars. We, the 8, have seen the turning of the stars from now until the ending of our age. Heed their guidance and ours. The stars take many cyclical turns. The rites commence at their behest upon celestial landmarks where the downside's greater titans fell before the heavens. Bearing this, the book bestowed on your triumvirate, you, the reader, shall perceive under which stars you ought to congregate. Follow where they lead, as your adversary shall. If either of you fails to appear, then neither of you walks the path. Whether you prevail or you fail, from that point the star shall guide you on. And there's still another page we haven't read. Okay. Before each rite, the rite shall not commence unless the necessary preparations are complete at the celestial landmark, the stars align. The stars align, not Exiles shall conduct the rites bearing this book. Of each there are but 40 copies, each bound in astral hide. Exiles shall wear the sacred raiment, fashioned in our likeness at the summer of Mount Elodial. Their identities are to be concealed, for they shall represent us all. Exiles shall set a metal sigil for their pyres and consecrate the grounds using the words, "The 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may yet have ours. The heavens shall respond when all is set." God damn, got so many fucking pages we didn't read, holy shit. Law of 3. During the rite, each triumvirate shall act as one, unerringly and without question. The disobedient shall suffer banishment or permanent expulsion. Exiles shall move of a single mind to demonstrate their faith and recognize that they, as we, the Eight, cannot prevail alone. Their worth shall be determined both by their actions and their peers. Triumvirates lacking experience in this may designate a reader, whose focus on this book may help the others to coordinate. However, only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path towards enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. The Burning Pyre. At the appointed time, at the aligning of the stars, the heavens shall rain down upon the ground sufficiently prepared, and thus the two opposing pyres shall be set ablaze. Thus shall commence the rites. Triumvirates are to protect their pyres as they would their lifeblood. Lifeblood itself is never to be shed before, during, or after any rite, lest the disobeyer suffer permanent expulsion. Exile is injury enough. The rite is an act of mercy. Fear not the purifying flame. Plunge into it headlong and without fear, for you shall be protected by the stars themselves. Seek freedom in the flame. Holy shit. The Aura. Exiles bearing the Rymans and this book reveal their hidden inner aura in the color of their flame. The aura is the exile's solitary weapon in the rites. Should one's adversary cross one's aura, the adversary shall be banished. Banishment is fleeting nonetheless. Seek the pyre's light and thus make your return. The exile's presence shapes the aura. Exiles gain greater auras while standing side by side with the triumvirates for as we gain strength together. Why are these pages not like here at the start? These are the tutorial to the game. The Celestial Orb. As the two flames are lit, so shall the Celestial Orb fall from the heavens, but one such orb shall be availed by the stars, requiring triumvirates to vie for it. Its cosmic connection to the flames, the Rymans, in this book bestows the necessary qualities for its bearer to prevail. Effortlessly sails the orb between the three and a triumvirate. It seeks the grasp of whoever acts among the three. Once grasped, the orb shall draw within it all the bearer's aura, fueled by the triumvirate's own flame. It is to be cast into the flame. The path. In each rite we gain enlightenment, whether we prevail or we fail. Indeed, through failure do we tend to learn the most valued lessons, provided we survive. None among us have prevailed without end. Exiles who walk the path toward enlightenment shall at times be struck by an epiphany and achieve mastery in some respect. Choose well amongst these blessings we bestow, thus you may achieve your potential and surpass your adversaries. Whether you prevail, your triumvirate earns favor. In time, the triumvirate with the most favor shall be summoned to the liberation rite to earn a chance at freedom. Then the cycle shall begin anew. Liberation. The liberation rite takes place upon the fall of Selium, under a blooded moon, witnessed by the heralds from the stars. There, the most favored triumvirate shall confront the one which we appoint. These two triumvirates shall pass through Scribe's Gate, where their worth shall be assessed under the stars. Only the most enlightened exiles within each triumvirate may be anointed for a chance at freedom. Two of their companions shall support them whilst they strive. The anointed champion of the triumvirate which prevails shall then plunge into the shimmer pool and return in glory. And we're finally fucking done reading. Explore the Needlefield. You spend a quiet afternoon in the gnarled roots of Needlefield, surveying the area with some of your companions. We're as clear as far as I can see. Sir Gilman, see anything? This night's keen eye has witnessed nothing of significance nearby. Your investigation yields nothing of note. The three of you return to the wagon for the remainder of the day, where you should have time to pursue your vocations. Which shall, of course, be to mentor someone, which... not you. We will mentor... I guess we'll mentor Faye. Me? Oh, of course. Please tell me something I don't know, for there is lots of it. You and Faye compare thoughts on how each of your fellow exiles can contribute to prevailing in the rites, and in which groups of the three they maybe can achieve their very best. Each of us, we have a part to play, I think, like the 8 scribes needed one another. Yeah. Continue the journey. We're just going straight there? Damn. Alright, well, things are getting really, like, condensed at this point, aren't they? We didn't even get to go through the 2 points on the way this time. Who can we talk to today? Pamitha again. You find Pamitha by herself again, though her expression is grown darker than her custom. Leave me be, would you, reader darling? Trying to get some good and proper moping done here, and you're distracting me. Leave me be, reader, just leave me be, reader, just leave me be. You don't want to know what's lurking in my heart or mind. What you'll find there isn't pretty. Yet, something about her thought process is different to you now. You know that, with her conditioning, she can resist your scrutiny, but now her thoughts are laid bare to you. See what she's thinking. Pamitha seems to be inviting you into her thoughts. You remain there, in that loathsome space, with her. What is going to take, I wonder, Tamitha? Shall I just go ahead and kill them all? That would be proof enough, perhaps, about my loyalties to you and to our sisters. Perhaps I ought to start with this one right in front of me. The bond between you severs as Pamitha opens her eyes and stares at you. Then she smiles sweetly and gives a gentle laugh. You see, reader darling, my thoughts are rather cumbersome at times. But do not fear, I have them very well under control. Still, thoughts about being the loathsome thing they are, I nonetheless cannot fully suppress them. She exiles and looks askance. You know by now I am in this mess with all of you. You could say I lacked Tamitha's sense of commitment, her zeal. She lives only to see your nation overthrown, or something worse, if she could have her way. Centuries of conflict can be quite emboldening that way, especially when one's sister's leading cause of death is Commonwealth-forged steel. Wielded with the utmost of mercy, of course. Well, I had little patience for the senselessness of it myself. Became a bit of a pariah, I suppose. I knew Tamitha was going to get herself and the others killed someday. So, when she was to fly out on this one big mission of hers, I had other arrangements made. But after she was caught, your people did not exactly uphold their end of the bargain. I knew there were such risks, of course, and yet, a chance is still a chance. Tamitha was clipped and cast down. A mercy, they called it. I did not see it that way, and in my growing protests of her treatment, I was soon enough to follow. She falls silent for a while. I haven't yet decided if I entirely regret my actions, but I do seek Tamitha's forgiveness, and wish that she could see my thoughts for what they are, as it seems you can. Then she might realize our nation's peoples have much more in common than she knows. Sometimes I wonder which of them is the stupider. She brushes past you and out of the wagon for now. How delightful. What you got, dude? Hey, you guys, where's your friend? You know, the big one with the horns, like frowning, stuff like that. Something happened there or what? Heard a crazy story. She just flew on out of here or something. Anyways. Yeah, about that. You might as well, take Jody's thing here, you know. And we ain't got much use for it anymore, I suppose. What's this? Noir Blood, Burst Maker. Bonus damage is pretty sick. Let's just save money, because I do kind of want this, like, 200 boy. Got anything we can sell? After any better batches, that's like... kind of using all this shit, you know. So I don't want to sell anybody's, like, special trinkets when they're still around, you know? Commence the rite. The mood is more dour than usual as you make preparations for the coming rite. A hush has fallen over your fellow exiles, and a sense of dread hangs in the air. At least one of your companions is unfazed. We sense the influence of one of our own. She is nearby. Her mind, corrupted, calls out, screaming. Canst thou hear it, perhaps? She speaks of which Udmildhi, I don't fucking know. Udmildhi, the adversary whom you expect to face this night. The witch, she doth revere an ancient god undying and unyielding on this land and on her consciousness. We may attempt an exorcism here, for the conditions are unique, and she may not be expecting us to be abetting ye. However, 'tis a risk, upon her mind and mine own, although a worthwhile risk, perhaps. Bertrude seems to think that Udmilhi can be weakened somehow through the coming rite. Then the stars above begin to shimmer with their strange light. I guess we'll put Bertrude in, because she's probably going to be how that goes. What can we turn on? There, the star of Yishlak. Our adversary worships it, and whom it represents. Fixate upon that star, reading one, if thou so darest invoke its power. Do so, and our adversary Udmelhi, she shall be emboldened, but also left vulnerable to our own sorceries. We may yet limit her ambitions, thus. Consider her wish. Which one's Yishlak? Yishlak. Is this the adversary to be more cunning? Islak. Alright.
Archbeast Sungris. Endriga, the widow. Limbless Erzek. Unfathomed Plurness.
Let's go, guys. Turn on all the modifiers. Let's do it. Big Bertrude can pounce long distances in the rites, or catch several adversaries in her aura blast.
The much vaunted reader has returned.
Hello.
And it would appear his ranks grow stronger. Consorting with the bog-crone Bertrude, are we?
I know.
How very strange that you befriended her. At any rate, your adversaries in this rite shall be the withdrawn. Put out their flame and walk the path to liberty.
What have we here? Ye have returned once more unto our presence. Curse! We sense something among ye. Who? Bertrude slithers forth and gazes at her adversary. Thou maggot! We should have known. But Bertrude does not respond. Ye Nightwings, that one shall be of little benefit to ye. That one's sorceries are a mere pittance to the overwhelming might of Yishlak. Soon ye shall see. Jesus Christ. Hold a moment, reader. The crone Bertrude slithers forth, wearing the raiments of the rites. Now that Bertrude is among our ranks, it would be best if you became familiar with her repertoire. You have no obligations to make use of her abilities, of course. Good Bertrude, please show the reader something of your aptitude. We should expect thou shalt be inclined to bring our sorceries to bear. Long have we studied these rites of thine. Let us show thee what we know of them thus far.
The bog-crone Bertrude shows herself in full. Though I have to wonder what became of her accomplices. Of one accomplice in particular.
It's not really
You watch yourself
slithering.
around her, reader. None are sentenced into exile without sufficient cause.
Woo! I love the pose, dude. Yeah. Her blast, like, is pretty fucking sick, though, right? Yeah. Now then, reading one. Know that our freedom is of little consequence to us. We side with ye because of Sandalwood, because of his plan. We shall aid ye in the rites, and we shall aid ye in that plan. Thus we are at thy disposal and await thy bidding. Reading one. Thou invoketh the star of Yishlak. So then, beware. Through our sorcery shall Undilhi be cast into a hopeless doubt about her faith upon her god. It shall be done if we prevail, but only if our own minds shall perhaps be forfeit otherwise. It seems that through the outcome of this rite, either Udmilhi shall be permanently weakened, or Bertrude shall instead. How brutal.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Headwind.
Headwind.
I mean, I guess Bertrude. Oh, yeah, we should equip the talisman. You're right, you're right. You can have this one.
Bertrude.
And... Faye.
Faye.
Ralistos?
Very well.
Face us now, Udmilhi, with or without the aid of thy dead god, whom thou so cherish needlessly. Hurrah! Now, oh my god. Now then, Nightwings, ye wish to mock ye sluck. Ye in your infinite foolishness shall be witness the first to suffer. Okay, guys. Let's go.
Now begin.
What the holy shit! Alright.
Nightwings.
Oh god.
Adversaries are the first to strike.
I didn't put the thing that buffs our Pyre on, which is gonna probably come back to bite me here. Alright. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. Whoa. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Slither. Guys. Oh, fuck.
The orb slips from your
Oh,
clutches.
Jesus Christ. No. Oh, god damn. Okay. One of our own, seeketh ye the lifeblood for themselves, yes. Ye wretched witch. Tampering with eldritch forces of which ye knowest not, ye forfeit everything for an abomination from the stars. Quaint. With thought perchance ye sought the true enlightenment, yet ye reveal yourselves to be narrow as the things with which ye now consort. Ye schlock shall devour ye as all the rest. Alright.
The foul witch Udmilda.
Udmilda, that's really not how I thought it would
as
be.
faithfully as the monstrosity which she adores. Ouch. Tis taken.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus, okay. Fake it. Oh my god. Oh fuck. Oh god.
The withdrawn, banished to the last.
I should have pitched it in because now fucking had been banished. Oh, okay.
Plunged into the fire. That's it.
Okay. We can do it.
Such fervor.
Where is it? There it is. Oh, infinite stamina. Oh, fuck. No! Oh my god, he zipped like a champion. Oh, Christ. It's okay.
Udmilda banished.
Got it. Alright, nice. Thank God Hedwyn's got the thing to heal the Pyre as well. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh my god, he's really trying to put the moves on me. Wait, take it! Yeah, that's pretty free. That's pretty free.
A crushing blow against your pyre.
Okay. Oh no. Oh, Christ. No! Oh, god damn it!
The withdrawn prevail.
Shit.
Perhaps they do deserve their freedom after all. Perhaps your fortune shall be better next time.
I can't say it wasn't deserved. You and the Nightwings may have experienced your first defeat, but this is not the end. Rather, this is an opportunity for you and your fellow exiles to press onward. Bertrude, for example, learned a valuable lesson this night. A rush of enlightenment gained from surviving a tough situation, avoided only this one time. So too has Hedwyn, not in spite of this setback with the Withdrawn, but because of it. And Bertrude is no exception. She has gained more insight here as well. Your fellow exiles all shall gain enlightenment and learn and grow from what transpired. And your story shall continue. The choice of whether to accept such outcome, now and all throughout your quest, is to be yours alone. It's like the game being like, you can save scum if you want, but you're a bitch. Fools! Especially the maggot. Especially the... To deign to think that thou couldst staunch the power of Yislak. Utter madness. Bertrude remains silent in all of this. What have we done? What have we done? The dying god impinges on our mind. Impinges. Begone with thee! Begone with thee! Begone! Bertrude retreats into darkness. You sense something happened to her after the withdrawn prevailed in this rite. Yes. Suffer, for thou shouldst carry always with thee the black soul of Yislak. Remember it, ere they deem to overstep thy bounds again. Oh well.
Boundless are the teachings of the scribes.
Oh well. We had to lose one eventually. I feel so overwhelmed, I think, because the scribes, I think they speak to me and lift me up whenever I begin to think I'm going to fall. While grasping the orb, without stamina, sick.
A flash of inspiration for next time.
Hooray, what do you get to do? Thus does our grasp of ancient sorceries grow ever stronger still. While Pyre has less than the adversary, she deals an additional 5. Has more than the opponent, she deals an additional, I see. Bertrude's Aura Blast arcs at a wide angle. The charge up time before Bertrude can use her Aura Blast is reduced. While Bertrude's Pyre has less than, her adversaries deal -10 to her Pyre. Sick. Pounces at an adversary, she instantly recovers all her stamina. While slithering, Bertrude uses 50% less, and moves 30% quicker. Once per ride after saluting adversaries, Bertrude then turns them into fast-moving howlers. Let's go with this side.
The secrets of the Wild Witch revealed until the stars align.
Well, can't say it wasn't deserved. I forgot to, because it's not that hard to balance out the fire, but then you've got to actually put the one that recovers the fire on someone rather than not doing anything. After ceding victory to the Withdrawn in your latest rite, you return to the wagon to find Volfred and the Lone Minstrel in the midst of conversation. Most strange that this one star should be illuminated now. This is not what I expected. Nor I, Volfred, sir. Then Volfred notices you there. Reader, Tariq and I observed a strange occurrence in the sky is all. It appears that the star of Keelamur Ropecaller is illuminated now. It is but another star, except our models and the predictions of the cosmos did not anticipate this. Anyway, go see for yourself. I shall make the wagon ready in the meantime. You see only a single shining star illuminated far above. It is just as Volfred indicated. You regard the looming star. The rogue star burns bright over an isolated little island in the Sea of Solace. Barker is already on his way there. Well, I guess we're going. We haven't been here, correct? Am I crazy? I don't remember the name. Then we are summoned to the Isle of Kilmir, deep within the Deathless Tempest. Have you been there before, Tariq? So long before I scarce recall the time, only the scent. It is the place from whence the creatures native to this land sprang forth. Reader, let's not concern ourselves with superstitions held about that place. We'll set forth at dawn and soon see for ourselves what to make of it. Who's here? Oh, God. You find Bertrude asleep, or perhaps in a deep trance, or even you sense nothing from her. Hedwyn notices as well and joins you to check on her. Haven't seen her like this before. She's barely breathing. She's not responding. He leans in for a closer look when...
Halt thine advance, knave! Dare thee to disturb our slumber.
I am terribly sorry, Bertrude. The reader and we were just checking to make sure you were all right because of how we saw you there just now.
And how exactly didst thou see us just there?
Well, you appeared to be dormant, or perhaps...
Didst thee think that we had simply perished here, perchance? Crumpled over in our ancient age, a weakling barely clinging to this wretched coil?
No? I mean, maybe. I sincerely apologize for having disturbed you, Bertrude. I know all this must be an adjustment, having to be around someone like me, maybe the others too, if there's anything we can do to make your stay more comfortable.
Ye shall not yield to thy flirtations, boy.
Flirtations? Wait, no,
Know that our hearts belong already to another boy. Thou knowest nothing of our ways whilst waking or in dreams. Thus we advise thee ample caution in thy future interactions, lest we use thee as a subject for our sorceries. However, we do appreciate thy flattery. Thine advances make us feel like a young tad once more. We were among the most sought after of our kind within the southern bogs.
Wisely, Hedwyn remains silent.
Thou art free to depart now, boy.
Hedwyn turns to leave, but...
Know that we do appreciate thou taking time to check up on us whilst we dream, and know that our stray amongst ye has been comfortable enough thus far.
Thank you, Bertrude.
Thou art welcome, boy.
Despite the oddness of the exchange you witnessed, you sense that Hedwyn and Bertrand gained a better understanding of each other. Alright, let's go.